engage in community work until you get what is exactly needed. It's not just a single lesson and you sit down and you wait for success. No, that is what is happening here. The definition I want to do very briefly, I'm moving fast actually, give me a few minutes. There are different terminologies we need to know in career path. There is what we call job. A job is just a task and is paid after the task is done. Is it true? Job does not mean you are qualified. If you go to most of the industry today, even supermarket, and you ask those cashiers, bring your academic documents, you'll be surprised to find a cashier who is serving a certain supermarket for a number of years. He or she has a degree or certificate or diploma in maybe mechanical engineering and is already in supermarket serving the customer. That cannot be a profession. That must be a job, because your qualification and what you are doing, they are not rhyming. You understand what I mean? 90% of the people working today in Kenya, they are working under jobs, not profession, not what we call vocations, and also not what we call occupation. So job is paid against the task done. If I call you, just come here and maybe clean here, I will pay you 500. That is a job. Does not mean you qualify. Is it true? And that's why most of the time as we talk, percentage, the highest percent in Kenya, they are under jobs. They are not in occupation. They are not in their profession. They are not on their vocation. So the second term is occupation. What is an occupation? An occupation is a line of work, similar task. The people get into a certain occupation to carry out a similar task in the line of your training. Get my point? Someone goes to high school with the aim of, I will be a teacher, and later on you become a teacher. That is a profession. That is occupation. Let me start from there. It's not a job because it's on your line of your qualification. Is it okay? And that is only very few percentage people who get occupation in Kenya. As we talk, most of them, they are working as a job. Are you together? Now, when it comes to profession, we say a profession is an occupation that require high level of training. We call it an expertise. The people who have excelled in a certain field, they command a wealth of experience. That is what we call now profession. And then from there we have what we call vocation is what we call a call. It's just a call. There are people who have a certain call. You can work in a certain area without being paid. That is a passionate. You are passionate about something and nothing can resist that. Is it okay? So I want you, at the end of the section, you see the categories we have in the market of today in this country. We all have these people. There are people who are under job. Others are working as occupation. Others are earning out of their profession. And also we have others who are under their call. Now, if we go to this clip, you can see now, the career guidance typically refers to the services and, or rather it refers to every service or any other activity intending to assist someone to pursue or to assist someone to point in life to make a wise decision. Where? In training, in occupation choices. Get my point? The career guide is any activity, any service given to someone who will be able to point something in life and pursue it in a single-minded, in line of training, education, and later on, an occupation. Are you together? So be very keen. I'll be having 2 questions at the end of the day, and then we close. So if you check our clip here, I think this clip, it shows most of the people as we talk. That is where we always find ourselves after Form 4. We have pressure from our parents, pressure from our peers. We also have our own decision. And then you end up being a confused element. This is where you should make a wise decision. First of all, I don't believe there is the best career in Kenya. Be very keen. That is where I've been getting more questions from students. Which is the best career? Which is the best paying career in Kenya? No, I don't believe there is best careers in Kenya. Every career is best. Get my point? It depends by which level. We are going to see that in the next few minutes. So we say, the thing in the career, actually, it is about happiness, about satisfactory of your passion, and so on. So I'll go directly to say that whatever is important here in selection of career, it is your passion, nothing else. Your driving force is passion. I have seen students changing their careers or changing their course second, third year in university after you have already consumed a lot of money for your parents. And then you say, this course was not my intention. I was forced by my peers or by my relatives, or in our family we have ABCD. No. The key is passion. What is your passion? That's how we begin. I'm saying this because we have people who have a very good grades, and when the COOPS is going to be open, and you log in with your grades, you're going to see something I'm going to show you here. You are going to qualify many courses, 6 courses for universities. That is degree, 4 courses for diplomas, and 4 courses for certificate. That is where we are ending. So if you make a point of mistake, you open COOPS and you find you have over 16 courses. My friend, unless you make a wise decision, tell your friend, I'm 100% sure you'll have issue. Is it okay? If you don't make wise decision, because you'll have a lot of option. This course, Jomo Kenyatta. This course, MKU. This course, then you have a friend who is in MKU. You just say, let me do this course because I think my cousin is also doing the same course in KU. Our uncle is also doing well in business, so let me do the same course. My friend, their era and your era is different because market is dynamic. Things are changing day to day. What worked for them cannot work for you. What is working for you cannot work for them. I want to take you a very simple thing. This is a story of Wangari Maathai, the Professor Wangari Maathai, and I'm sure all of you know. It was about passion, and she was able to win the prize, the gold prize actually, for African Union. Why? Because she was passionate about an environment. It's not about qualification, but she was passionate about an environment, taking care for environment. And at the end of the day, she emerged to be the best, and she was awarded to be the best person to take care for an environment. And there is a lot of stories you can read about this, and it was about passion. Today, if you go to town, you'll find some street there, Professor Wangari. These people contributed something very important in our country, and that's why they are still remain in our history. If I ask you, can you make a wise decision? 10 years, 20 years to come, we'll say somebody did ABCD, and we can have a roadmap to follow. But if you make a wrong decision, there will be issues. So what I mean is, it's all about passion. Let me go back to what is here. When a student asks me, what is the best paying job? The money goes to excellency. If you are a banker, become the best banker. If you are a caterer, become the best in catering. If you are a customer care, become the best in customer care. If you are a trainer, become an outstanding trainer, because the money follows an excellence. Are you together? You believe there are people who are using their talents and they are earning a good money in Kenya? Do you believe that? Their talents, when it comes to classwork, they did nothing, but because they were gifted differently, they pursued their passion, and today they are earning a good money. That's why I've said, no career in Kenya that has a better money than the other. The key is passion. That is a driving force. Are we together? Now, if the money goes to the excellent, we can say in the career choices, you must consider the following. Apart from your passion, there are other 7 elements. I'm moving fast because I want to be done the next few minutes. Number 1 is interest. There are people who have interest in a certain field, and you know yourself. Number 2, there is what we call ability. You may have interest, but you have no ability. There are people who have interest in a certain field, but they lack ability. There is also skills. If you know you're going to be, like I've had people here who are hoping the next 5 years to come, they want to excel in a certain field, you must look for those skills. Because you may have a very good passion, good. Ability, you have it, but you lack skills. These things, they work together if you are not aware. And I have said that the gap we have today, the thing that has contributed the high job scarcity in Kenya is an education system we have here in Kenya. Unless someone makes a wise decision, I'm telling you for free, you are heading in the same place. So why don't you make a good decision? At least in life you earn a better life. Because there is no connection between what you are trained and the job market. That is, there is a thin line there. And that's why we also need to talk of personality. You also need to know your dreams, your values, your gifts, and also what you call a natural talents. Without wasting time, actually, when you are talking of, let me just move fast because I'm giving you the point. Good. Talents and you need knowledge, ambition. I just explained them there. When you are planning your career, career is a process. I said it's not one step. You never find someone wake up in the morning and you find you are successful in life. No. There are a chain of events that has contributed to someone to succeed. And that's why when you say a career planning, the first thing you should do is to map your career plan. That's number 1. Map your career plan. Where are you heading? Do you have a reflector? Who are you the next 5, 10 years, 20 years to come, and so on? Don't wait for someone to make this decision. It is a personal decision. Is it okay? So, first of all, have what you call a career plan. In a career plan, it is the roadmap an individual takes with the aim of achieving his or her personal dreams. So that is where we have to make the choices and identify some opportunities. Career planning. Before you proceed, you do a self-assessment. You yourself. Before you tell us what you want to excel, do your own assessment. 1, who are you? You ask yourself a very simple question. Whom I am? Or I can ask you, who are you? Do you understand yourself? I have seen people with a lot of potential, but people, they don't understand themselves. You see someone have the best skills, the best opportunities, but because you don't understand yourself, you end up losing. What are your values? Number 3, what are your interests? What are your skills? What are your personalities? Your gifts and talents, and also your ambition. There is an issue here. I have received many requests that some students are forced by parents to do a certain course. You check in your family and you find all of your uncles and aunties, they are askaris. Then you decide to go for police. Or you find this line, all of them are trainers. I have seen families where almost all of them, they are in a certain occupation. It's also a risk because what makes the difference here, I want to tell you the role of a parent in a career choice. It is a desire of every parent to have their child pursue a successful career path. That is a desire of every parent, even your parents. They are desiring that every kid, every child to pursue a successful career path. Is it okay? That is why they have expensed a lot of money on you to make sure at the end of the day you'll succeed in life. How do you think they feel anytime they see someone is undergraduate or postgraduate, and every day you're going to town looking for a job with a CV, and you're coming home very angry and checking the TV where if there is a breaking news, things have improved, and you find things are worse? What do you think they feel? I think they are feeling even more pain than you yourself. So there is the path we are talking about. The parents, they desire. And to be honest, we say children look up for their parents for their guidance and advice. What if now the advice is not in harmony with your goal? What will you do? If what the parents need you to do is not what you are, is not your ambition, is not your passion, what will you do? We are going to see. Now, we say the parents, you should do the following. Keep them informed step by step. Tell them, why do I need this course? What are your values? What are your skills? What are your ambition? First of all, sit down with the parents and talk. Because I have a scenario where one of my students, the parents said, I will only pay this course. If you choose another course, pay for yourself. What will you do if you are the one? And 100% you don't need this course. And 100% you are not even having that passion. What will you do? So that is a challenge. We say, sit down with the parents, step by step, inform them. Number 2, let them understand why you feel that is your choice in your best path to success. Respect their opinion. I'm not saying you go contrary with their opinion. No. Listen to them. Respect their opinion. Why am I saying this? I have seen parents telling the student that I will not be able to pay degree directly. Start with the diploma. Start with the certificate as you proceed. That is a good platform. Respect their opinion, because also they have their reasons why they are saying that. And again, make them aware of the financial and other implication of your choices, because you may choose a very expensive course and you find, to be sincere, the parents cannot pay. You don't have to say, I will not go to campus. I will not do that course. No, you can start somewhere and make sure you understand the choice and the opinion of your parents. There are 2 ways. There is a friend of mine here, you can see. He is in a confused area, and there is likelihood to go on which area? In which direction? If you see that image, the person is intended to go in which path? Right or left? Right or left? Right, good. Those 2 ways, they are heading somewhere. All of them, they are heading somewhere. But unless you make a wise choice, then there may be issue. Is it okay? So, when it comes to career guide, there is success, there is failure. There are only 5 pitfalls that you should avoid when you are making career choices. 1, choosing money above everything else. You just hear someone is paid a good money and you say, let me go to campus, I will pursue that course. My friend, whatever worked for them may not work for you. Is it okay? Don't choose career because it's well paid. 2, pursuing a career that your parents choose for you. Very risk. In fact, there is a very close friend of mine. I had already invited her. I don't know whether she's here. Mwent. So if she's not here, 2, 3, and 4. You should choose only 6 courses. But I will show you how you do that. So, what you call cluster. When you check this, whoever is going to pursue in agriculture, food, and natural resources, this is options you're going to find there. The agriculture, business system, environmental system, and so on. There are many things there. And then they give us what you call the occupation you can get in this line. So So if you go to that cluster, these are one of the jobs you are likely to get, or the profession you are likely to pursue. When you for winding up, architectural and construction, there will be options, and that's why option 1 in COOPS, 1A, B, and C. Get my point? But offered different institution. Be very keen. I know there are people who understand what I mean. The 1A, B, C should be similar, should be in the same class here. For example, when you pick design and pre-construction, maintenance and operation, quantity surveyor, they will be in the same cluster, but then offered by different institutions. That is 1A, B, and C. Then 2, 3, and 4, for them to total 6, they will be different courses now. Is it okay? Yes. Also offered by different university. Are you together? Yes. And that's why we'll talk about that. So when I go to that, there are options where you can get these specialization. You can become a civil engineering, civil engineer, interior designer, plumber, and so on. We also have field of arts, communication and audio, video technology. This is where you are going to major on the following: media artist, animator, graphic designer, producer, sound engineer, and many other fields. So normally when you go to this field, automatically you are under ICT platform. And those are the options you'll excel in that field. So as long as you'll take that path, that must take you there. Another cluster is business management, then management and administration. Yes, this is where you'll go to administrative support, general management, among others like human resource and so on. These are the vacancies you can get from there. These are business advisor. You can be also data analyst, data scientist, forensic accountant, and so on. Education and training, I'm very happy when I've heard about one of the students who is also intended to pursue on this field. So this is education level or education cluster, and these are the areas you can pursue your dream, and that is careers. You can also pursue your career on school bursar. You can also talk of special education teacher, school principal, college professors and lecturers, and so on. Then, when you go to finance, there will be that option. Anytime you go to the field of finance, because I have said when you open 1A, B, and C should be related, but offered by different institution, because every institution have its own cluster. And you are going to see once the COOPS open, you don't need to calculate the cluster nowadays, because it's already calculated by the system. Once you log in, you find your grades and your cluster point and the courses you have already qualified. Is it okay? So that's why I've said it's good to be very alert when you are choosing those options. So when you are going to go with the field of finance, there are banking services, business finance, insurance companies, and so on. Talk of government and public administration. These are about county government, you know. There are many things you can work here. There are national security. We also have planning and governance, foreign services, and so on. Revenue and taxation. And these are the options you can also occupy, and so on. County commissioners, all of them, they are under government, among governance and government. When you go to the other one is health sector. I have heard about people to pursue maybe nutrition, to pursue a different cluster. That cluster will give you all these options. So you'll check by your qualification, you pick the best, and you pick also the best institution after you identify what you're going to do. There is another one here. These are areas you can pursue. That is personal, public health officer, doctor, health educator, mental health counselor, and so on. You can also go to hospitality and tourism, and these are opportunities you are going to excel as a tour guide, recreation, Also restaurant and food and beverage services, traveling and tourism, you're going to find that field there. The field you can, or rather the occupation you can get is those list you can see there. Those are the end point after you pursue all this. Then as I wind up also, there is a group here, the human services, talk of counseling, talk of family and community services, talk of personal care, nurse, specialist in psychologist, and so on. That is also another one. Another field is also laws, corrections, public safety and security, and they talk more on all things pertaining about enforcement of the law, becoming a judge, a lawyer, an advocate. These are also an option you can also get from there. We also have an ICT field where there are many options. You're going to find also those listed there. Manufacturing company also, you can also excel on industry, and anytime you take any path on the top, it will lead you to the following occupation. Then marketing, there are people who are very good in sales and marketing. You can pursue a course and become a professional, and that is where you'll get all these options. The STEM, that is an issue of engineering, technology, science, and mathematics. You also pursue on laboratory, software engineer, microbiologist, and civist, and also archaeologist. You can also get it from there. Transport, distribution, and logistics is another option. This also depends by your qualification, and you can also excel on this. Don't tell me you need to be a pilot and you don't need to pursue this course. There is no miracle you'll find yourself a day you are a pilot. No, the pilot occupation, it needs skills, it needs experience, and also need more skills. This is what I'm going to finalize with. The COOPS courses selection breakdown. Degree programs always start from C+. Whoever have already C+, you have already qualified for degree. The difference between government-sponsored and self-sponsored is that margin. You understand? The government-sponsored. All of you can do the same. But now the difference may be, one student is government-sponsored, another one is a self-sponsored. You know what I mean? Self-sponsored is very expensive, because I know grade also differentiate on this. So I was saying that a maximum of 6 choices. Choice 1 will be 1A, 1B, and C. These should be similar programs offered in 3 different institutions, but all of them the same cluster. Are you together? The same cluster, but offered by different institutions. If in the COOPS, when you are selecting, you put a program code, it will tell you it is not similar with the initial one, unless you change the whole cluster. Is it okay? But they should be similar. It will show you when you code the program code, it will give you the option. Then for 2 and 3, 4 can be different programs, and also that can be now used for different institutions. Talk of diploma and certificate, you are going to have C-, that is diploma, and certificate 4 courses. Important guideline on COOPS, no repeating. You cannot repeat the same course code when you choose, or rather, when you're choosing different courses of the same. Number 2, also meet the deadline, and online they are going to open for you. You will be entitled to pay 1,500. The system, it will demand you to